Have you ever wondered if making money from your music in non-traditional ways makes you a sellout? I don't talk about this a lot, but today I want to share a part of my journey with you to help you think differently about what's possible when it comes to making money with music. I'm going to share some specific numbers going back to 2017, which is the year I switched all my music over to DistroKid. Since 2017, I've made $2,157.66 from streaming my music on platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. In that same amount of time, I've used 13 other methods to make $1.5 million from my music. Less than $3,000, over $1 million. Does that make me a sellout? No. In fact, all of these things I've done have made me a better musician and a better artist. So let's talk about it. Let's go back in time. It's 1974, 50 years ago. You're a musician and you want to make a living from your music. How can you do it? Well, there weren't that many options. You could hope for a record deal, right? Then the record label pays to have your music recorded, to put you on tour. You could probably do your own independent kind of a tour, but that's really about it. Recording studios were expensive. Recording equipment was expensive. You didn't have home studios back then, so the options of putting your music out there and having it heard by thousands of people were very limited. Jump to today, and it's never been easier for you to create value that people are willing to pay for, but you've got to think about things differently. Typically, when people think about ways that musicians can make money, they think about things like album sales or streaming music on streaming platforms, touring and performances, and merch. That's about as creative as a lot of people get. While those things are still possible and valid today, as we've seen, especially if you're relying just on the streaming platforms, it's not likely you're going to make a whole lot of money from that. When I started Home Studio Corner in 2009, I thought the only way to make money was through ads on my blog. The turning point for me was when I stopped thinking like a blogger, a YouTuber, a musician, and started thinking like a business. Businesses make money in two ways, selling a product or selling a service. We already established that these are the ways most people think about musicians making money: albums, merch, touring. But that's only a tiny piece of the pie. In fact, I don't do any touring, and I really don't have any merch. I've sold a handful of t-shirts, but that's beside the point. The primary way on that list that I make money is through streaming my music on streaming platforms, which we already talked about. However, there are 13 other ways that I generate revenue, generate income from my music. Let's talk about those. On the service side, I've been on staff at various churches over the years leading their music. I've done session work as a session musician. I've done production work where I record and produce your music. I've done work as a mixing engineer. I've done work as a mastering engineer. I do work giving people critiques on their music. They pay me to essentially rent my ears to listen to the music they're working on and give them feedback about what's working and what's not working because they trust my ears. I've done live events like seminars, or I recorded an album in 2 days in a studio and sold tickets so people could come and hang out in the studio while we made an album. And I've done coaching and consulting, which is a lot of times me going to someone's house, helping them set up their studio, figure out how to get things working. On the product side, YouTube product, of course. Just like my music is a product that is streamed on Spotify, my videos are products that are streamed on YouTube. And YouTube pays me in the form of ad revenue. It's not much money. Another way I make money from YouTube is by having brands pay me to make content for them. The most notable of those is Presonus. They pay me to make regular videos for their channel about Studio One, which is the recording software that I use. And I've got at least one other company that wants me to start doing that for them as well. Affiliate promotions. I can promote someone else's product and I get a commission if someone buys using my link. The next two are by far the biggest source of income for me: courses and membership. I've learned skills that other people want to learn, such as how to record, produce, mix, and master. So I've created courses to help other people learn how to do that, and they pay me money to learn it. Memberships, similar thing. They pay me for ongoing training and coaching, anywhere from $5 a month to $50 a month, to help them improve their skills in music and production. I had a membership with Graham Cochran years ago. It was all about mixing, a new song to mix every month, $27 a month per member. At one point, I think we had up to almost 1,000 members. It was a really fun time, and it was valuable for those people. Which do you think has a better chance of succeeding? One stream of income or 14? I picked the 14. And by the way, I'm not the only person doing this. I've got a VIP member named Ben Holmes. He came to me years ago wanting me to teach him how to do production and recording. He got really involved in the VIP community. He played drums on countless projects for people for free to hone his skills and to add value to their lives. He eventually got really good at mastering and became the go-to mastering engineer inside of VIP. He developed that skill set. And now he's played recording sessions in Abbey Road Studios as a drummer. He's also, I believe, on retainer with one of the big mastering houses in London because he's developed his skill to the point of being that good as a mastering engineer. He started as a hobbyist who liked music and wanted to learn production, and now he's generating real income from the skills that he's learned. On the other end of the spectrum, my friend Tommy Z, he's a music producer that discovered there's a whole world of music production that I didn't even know existed. It's making music for brands. So big brands like Nike, they want to do a new ad campaign. They need music for it. So either they go pay a whole bunch of money for a Beatles song, or they hire musicians and production houses to create music for the ad. There are musicians like you and me making real money creating this music for brands. So is this the life that I expected for myself as a 16-year-old who wanted to be a rock star? No, but it has been incredibly fulfilling and creative. Making music is creative. Building a business is also really creative and fun. Plus, it's made me a better musician and a better artist in the process. I don't tell you this to brag. I tell you this to get you excited about what's possible for you and your music. If over the course of this video, you've had an idea pop in your head, something that gets you really excited and maybe scares you a little bit, leave a comment below and let us know what that is. Look forward to reading your comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you.